Google has finally lost it. You probably knew that already, and there's no sign they're coming to their senses or coming back around. So for this video, I will show you all my numbers and show you what that has done to my income. And I will also share with you what I am going to do for the next half year to save my business. So this past 6 months has been both exciting and sad. So I had to say goodbye to one of my websites. I decided to try to sell a couple of my websites, and I managed to sell 2 of them. And one of them is actually my best performing website, and the niche website I had for the longest. So it's sad to say goodbye to a project I've been working on for quite a number of years. Also, it gave a pretty nice payday, but it's also not going to earn me any more ad revenue. The other site I sold is one of my test websites, and somebody liked the domain name and wanted to purchase that from me. So I sold that one as well. Also, I've been in maybe not a conflict with Ezoic, but I tried to contact their support team, but because my traffic had dipped, I also somehow ended up in a lower tier, and the support didn't want to prioritize answering my emails. So trying to get them to understand that my revenue dropped because of Google and not because something I've done, and trying to get the hold they have placed on my payouts from the site I've sold has been a challenge. So I've been working a little bit on that. Also, I wanted to take Ezoic back off some of my websites because their AI and their placeholders are actually pretty aggressive with placing ads, and way too many ads on a website. And with the newest updates, I have the sense that this aggressive ad placements is not going to be beneficial, and I had to take some of the ads off in order for me to save the site, or at least give the sites I have left a chance to come back. But Ezoic doesn't really like me taking the sites off their platform. So they placed a hold on my payouts, and I had to, and they're currently locked up. So I have income there that might not be paid out for a while, but hopefully the next half year will be better in that regard. If you watched my last update, you know that I was pretty down after the updates of 2022 and 2023, and I sort of distracted myself by starting new projects, trying to do all sort of procrastination tasks. And in the last update, I talked about how I would like to be more focused on stuff that already works. The challenge is that some of the projects that actually work is not the most exciting ones to me. But I decided, and I've been fairly steady at that, to close down the projects that are not actually bringing in any real revenue. And when I show you the numbers in just a second, I will show you what that looks like. And I will also show you where the most of my income is coming from. One of the sites is actually one of my Danish authority sites. And even though it's been hit pretty bad with the latest update of 2024, I will show you Google Search Console in a second. It's been hit really bad, and it's destroyed the traffic to the site. But I am shifting towards another strategy. If you haven't heard about the Google leaks, I think you should look that up as well. There's some really interesting insights in that. One of the things I've understood that came out of that is that Google might be shifting towards shorter content, and for long tail keywords they want a shorter article but more specific towards that specific search. So I have a choice to make on this Danish website, where it is an authority site, where I have very broad the veterinarian's definitive guide to something. And there will be short form answers in there. You have to do this in that case, and you have to do the other thing in the other case. But instead, I'm thinking to shift more towards giving each information its own article. And to do that, I'm starting a Danish podcast. I'm going to try to publish a short episode every single day for the rest of the year, and to see where the numbers lead. So I can talk more about that strategy, and if you follow the channel, you know I've unboxed the new microphone I'm going to be using for that. And the short version is that I will take an answer or a question for a pet owner. I will answer that short form on the podcast. I will have that transcribed with AI and then formulate an article from that. So it also gives me something to embed in the article, and it will give me a short form article very specific to one topic. But I will be sharing if that is going to revive the site and bring back the traffic. It is going to be interesting to see anyways. But let's hop onto the computer and have a look at some real numbers. So this is a collection of all my sites, and if all these numbers are confusing to you, you can either go back and watch the old video where I put these in, or you can just disregard them, because for this video we are only going to look at the numbers for Q1 and Q2. We can see that somehow the numbers increased in June. I have no idea why. I haven't worked on this site for the last half year, but there's about $10 here, and the collected revenue is $26. So let's put that in. Sorry for the comma here. Here in Europe we use them the opposite way around, so I have a comma and a dot opposite than what you do. So for my farm animal site, I actually sold that one, and therefore I don't have direct access, so I can show you proof of the ads. I didn't think to take a screenshot beforehand. I do have some affiliate revenue coming in, and I can show you that. This is for the account for only that, so that's about $70 there. I'm recording this in the beginning of July, so that's why it's down here. So let's add the numbers in here. As I said, I actually sold the site, and the sales price I cannot show you here, but I can show you what I got out of the site, because I have to pay the company that sold it for me. There was some fees for getting the money out into PayPal and that sort of stuff. So I actually ended up paying quite a lot for that. But it was a quite nice chunk of money to get that out. And that will also mean that these numbers will be zero going forward, of course. Then we have the travel rep site. Again, I didn't work on this site for the last half year, and there's about $18 there as well. The Danish outlier site wasn't approved for ads, and I'm not very hopeful it will, and therefore there's a big zero there. The Danish business catalog is fairly stable at $35. The pop culture site is also fairly stable, around $5, and it has been for some time now. They either haven't been approved for ads or haven't been putting them on. I told you last that I was going to put ads on my personal website, and we can have a look. So it's 0 in the beginning of January, of course, where I put the ads on, and it's been earning $12 for the last half year. So we will put that in as well. So for the collected revenue for the first half year, we have a grand total of $2,600. The most being the sales price of this site. Remember that this will go to 0 going forward. If we take that off, we can look at the revenue numbers, and that's about $500. I am thinking about taking ads completely off all of my sites and just not do any more work on these sites. If we take these off, you can see that's about $100, and you might be thinking, who would say no to about $100 in ad revenue? But I do have to pay for the Ezoic premium membership, and that's $22 each month, and that will actually put me at a loss for these sites. So just taking it completely off Ezoic actually saves me about $50. So this is not going to be my main income going forward. Maybe if I can sell a couple of these, that can give me a bit of earnings for them. But trying to get these smaller niche sites to come back around might not be the time invested or the energy invested worth it. So let's also look at what is my main income. That is my 2 authority sites. One of these has actually been hit pretty bad by the update. Let me just quickly show you. So this was the Google update, and it's been slowly declining ever since. So if we look this year, it's been declining since the beginning of the year. From about April, it seems to be leveled off at about nothing. And that's why this site is not going to be a search first website. It is going to be an inbox first website. And that's why I've launched a podcast and so on. So I'll keep you updated on that. But let's have a look on the numbers for my main sites. I did have some ads on there as well. I've taken those off because they were quite aggressive. Affiliate sales is not a big thing on Danish websites. So I made about $4 with affiliate sales, but that is definitely not going to be the main focus going forward. I haven't yet gotten any sponsorships on the podcast. It's fairly new still, so I wouldn't expect to. And then I've had some speaking engagements, and that is actually the main chunk of the money here. This is rounded numbers in US dollars, but that's approximately what I got converted from Danish kroner. And on the other Danish authority sites, I've taken the ads off earlier. I haven't had any speaking engagements on that site, and I haven't done any client work because I wanted to focus more on the content and the course material on that site. And this has been fairly steady and slightly increasing. So this number is only for 6 months, and this number is 2023 for the whole year. So if we multiply this by 2, it will hopefully get up to a little more than 2023. But we will have to see how that goes. So adding everything together for the first half of the year, it's about $12,000. And if you look at these two numbers, hopefully it's fairly obvious why I'm not going to focus more on these websites. So I do have a popcorn brain, and I do need to allow myself for some creative projects. And for that, I would like to try to work more on this YouTube channel, trying to get that monetized. Also, I've launched a new channel I want to just to make some testing on. And if the numbers are looking pretty good, I can share them with you on a later date if you like. But hopefully this is going to be monetized this fall. So there will be numbers here, hopefully in the next income update video. I'd like to just try to make an ebook and try and see if I can sell that with Amazon KDP. This is going to be an ebook that relates to, let's go back up, to this, where is it, Pet Birds website. And maybe I can sell if I get any royalties from this ebook, I can maybe sell it along with the website. So maybe that is an income strategy that is worth mentioning. That will of course be added here if I succeed in any of that. Haven't completely given up on my Etsy project. You might have seen some of my videos on that and know that is not going to be the main priority for me going forward, but that is going to be some of the creative projects I will try to test out going forward. My main focus is though going to be to increase the value of these two websites, increase the value for the visitors and the course membership, and then hopefully in turn increase the revenue. So I'm going to be moving back away from ads and affiliate income. That was never the plan from the beginning, and I'm going to move back away from that. And my two main authority sites is going to be inbox first websites. That also means I have to be better at email marketing. For that I use ConvertKit, and I can share with you whether I like it or not. I have a link in the description. At this time it's not an affiliate link. It might become that in the future if I decide I like it. But that is going to be a thing. I also want to write a book, a real physical book for my authority sites, and that is probably going to happen this fall, or at least an easy first version, and I will be sharing that as well here on the channel. And then I allow myself two side projects, something I would like to test out. The one thing is the YouTube channel that you're watching now, and I actually started a second one just to test some things out. And with a little bit of luck, that is going to be monetized sometime this fall. And if it does, I will be adding it into the spreadsheet and share with you the revenue numbers for that channel. And if this channel gets monetized at some point, I will share that with you as well. For the other side project, I will try to get an ebook published on KDP and on Audible. I've never tried that before. It seems like an interesting opportunity, and even though I can see some hurdles even before I start, I would like to test out how simple, how easy, or how difficult it is to get eyes and reviews on a book like that. So I will be sharing that as well. I do have some I was going to say mental issues. I meant mindset issues around if things are not going my way. I tend to get bored and look for new opportunities and new challenges, and of course most of those will take some time to succeed, and that takes my time away from the projects I should be doing. And this video series, I will be sharing what that means for my income, and I will be updating the spreadsheet. So if that's something that interests you, I think you should go and watch this video next. Till next time, take care.